So Bank B, we have a 9.5% APR amortized over 30 years with 360 equal payments. There's a 3% loan fee, upfront charge of 3% of the loan. And so we found that by taking 0.03 times the 90,000 and came up with 2,700. So if I add those two together, 90,000 plus 2,700, I'm going to have 92,700 for my loan amount. And I was going to show, there's my note. I want to make sure I show the XS2 calculator, so I'll just move this one away. And there's the correct calculator even. So now I need to start figuring some things out. I need to know what my R is, my little r, which is my rate, and that for this loan is 9.5%. So remember, we have to convert it to a decimal, 0.095. And then the capital T, I already decided was going to be the 360. And my N is going to be 12 because it does say, again, monthly payments. So it's every month I'm making a payment. So the number of times I'm compounding is after every payment. So my N is also 12. And then I just need, this is my capital P for my formula. And so I have capital P equals F, which is my payment, times Q, times the big quantity, Q to the T minus 1 over Q minus 1. So I just need to calculate a couple of things before I can use that. My little p is R over N, which is going to be 0.095 divided by 12. And then I also have to calculate my Q, which is going to be 1 over 1 plus little p. So I'll go ahead and calculate those things. My little p first, so 0.095 divided by 12 equals, and I get a big decimal. Okay, just double checking, and then add 1 to it because that's in the denominator, and so I have 1 point in that number, and then do the inverse, that's that x to the -1 button, inverse of the answer, push enter, and so there's my Q. It is 0.99 and it goes on. We're going to store that in bin A for this calculator, so I'll say store. The first choice is A, so I just push enter and it tells me I put that into A for you. And then we'll fill in the formula, so I have 92,700 equals F, which is what I'm going to solve for, times A, which is the 0.99 value I just got, and then A again raised to the 360 because that's my capital T, minus 1, and then A, which is that 0.99 again, minus 1. So there's my whole formula filled in, and now I can start calculating inside the big parentheses. Remember, I'm going to want to do this numerator, the exponent, minus 1, etc. first. So I have the 0.99 sitting on my calculator. I just need to raise it to the 360th power, so the to the button right there, to the 360 equals, and then subtract 1 equals, and that's my whole numerator, so it's a -0.9 something. So I have -0.9415, and it goes on. I'm going to store that in B, I think. And then for the denominator, first store it, so store in B, enter. And then I need to start over with A, so I'll have to do a recall, second store to get the recall. A, so there's my A value, subtract 1 equals, and there's my new value for the denominator, it's -0.0078, and it goes on. So remember, I have to do 1 over that, the inverse button here, take the inverse of the denominator, equals times, and then times the numerator, so I have to take that B, so I have to do the recall, slide over to B, push enter again, and for this whole big fraction I now have 119.868, and it goes on. I need to multiply that by what's in A, which was my Q, and then I will do the inverse of it and then multiply it by the 92700. So I'm almost there. I still have to multiply by what's in A, so times, and what's in A is going to be the recall A, push enter again, and I have 118, so 118.92, it goes on, times the F. Remember, I need that inverse now, so I'll do the inverse, equals, and then multiply by the 92700. And that gives me a payment amount. My F equals a payment amount of 779.47, and the following digit is a 1, so I'll leave the 7 as it is. And then to find out the total amount that I paid, I'll write it right here. Total paid that's going to be, I'll type it in again, so 779.47 times 360 equals, that gives me the total amount that I paid over the 36 payments, so it's 280,609.20. So $280,609.20 that I paid over the life of this loan, and the amount of that was interest, we would need to subtract off the amount of the loan, so 92,700, and the total amount of interest that we paid on this bank is 187.909.20, and that was a comma, not a point right there. There we go, $187,909.20.